If I had told you this morning that I was prepared for what the Divide had to offer, I would have been lying. Beaver Dam campground last night, and dealing with that smoke and crazy ash. We're getting a pretty decent start around 7:30 this morning, but oh my god, it's cold. But luckily we're going up for the first like 6 or 8 miles.
Gonna be ready like this for the first few miles. Yeah.
So we're kicking off the morning heading up towards Fleecer Ridge, which, though it's not that bad of a climb, the downhill on the terrain map that we have looks like this. And it's said to be one of the sketchiest downhills in the entire Divide Trail. And there's actually a bypass for this little section that you can choose to go by the highway on a frontage road. But what's the fun in that? We're gonna head up and we're gonna see just how steep this thing really is. That was an experience, and I am so glad that I did it. This trail goes through national forest and national parkland, but I just saw a sign that said leaving national forest, which means I can drone again. Here we have a little point of interest sign that kind of describes how this valley behind me was formed. So this entire valley all over here is all glacially formed. So, you know, back thousands of years ago, it says exactly 10 to 18,000, exactly, about 10 to 18,000 years ago, a huge wall of ice carved this valley right here and then piled what you see right in front of it in a big debris pile. And it was all formed over many thousands of years of just this enormous glacier slowly pushing and forcing down on the land and just carving straight through this mountain that you see behind me. Yeah, buddy. That's my stop. An amazing story for you guys. So, we're out at this campsite, Little Joe Campground, no service, no nothing, probably about 15 miles from just the smallest little town. And so for the last couple days, as you probably know, I've been running kind of a Band-Aid system on the back ever since I got my tubeless system punctured. And ever since then, I've been running my spare tube in my back wheel and just hoping that I don't get a blowout on the tire itself, since I do have a little bit of a puncture down on the sidewall. So I'm sitting over at that tree right there, taking a nap, and I hear a truck roll up. And someone comes out, and I hear footsteps towards me, and she's like, hello, knock, knock. Is there an Aaron here? And I'm like, what in the world? She's like, look, I have a package for you. And it's literally my spare tire that I left at home. I asked my dad to mail it to me to a little place called Polaris, Montana. And the lady drove it out to me so that I had it. She knew that it was an emergency, and it just showed up here. And now I have my new tire, and now I can swap it in, and now I have no more stress about getting any sort of blowout. And oh my god, that's just the trippiest thing. Just when you think you're out of the middle of nowhere, something like that happens. So the adventure cycling maps indicate a long downhill coming up, and I think we just got to it. Oh, woo! My God, here it comes. Oh my God, I'm getting so emotional. I'll show you in 1 second, but it's just right up here. So this path right here is the intersection point from my last year's bicycle trip where I went across the country. And for the next 6 or 7 miles, I'm gonna literally be retracing the steps that I took last year and what started me on this whole thing. And it's just this little intersection out in the middle of nowhere. But for me, it's so much more. Oh my God. So if you really think about it, if I turn right here, that takes me home. But I'm taking this left because I still have a long way to go. All right, here we go. Here's to adventure. My good buddy Soren sent me a message the other day, and it said, "Do what you love until it kills you." And I plan to live by that every single day until my last breath. Not only that, this brought up another extreme story. Just when I hit this road sign up here indicating Bannock State Park, it reminded me exactly where I was last year when I was riding here. And though it's sunny right now, the time before when I was going through here, it was a blizzard. It was below 35 degrees, and you could only see maybe 100, 150 feet in front of you. And I was so destroyed that I actually had to stop in the town of Dillon for a day off because it was just so demoralizing. I was so cold and I was so wet. God, and you'd never even know it looking at the weather out here today. It's just perfect. Here's to new adventures.
One like me and one like you. And I can't face it, and I can't change it, and I can't mend you. Nobody like you.
Just nuts. Or should I say titanium nuts?